TIFU by letting my son take my wife's menstrual cup for show and tell. My wife is working out of town for a couple weeks. Sometime over the weekend I noticed my son playing with this little silicone cup that kinda looked like a tulip. I asked him what it went to and what it did, and he proceeded to show me its versatility. Over the next few days it helped the Paw Patrol save a town. It was a treasure chest holding tiny pebbles guarded by pirates, a force field protecting a spaceship. It came with us to the park, grocery shopping, and even out to dinner one night. I loved that it had its own little satchel, and assumed it just went to a playset. Fast forward to this morning, and as we're getting ready for school, Alexa reminds us that it's show and tell today at school. So my son grabs his little silicone cup and off to school he goes. I pick him up after school and his teacher asks to speak with me. My son looks happy, so I figure he's not in trouble, or if he is in trouble he did something cheeky that he's proud of. Our conversation. Teacher, Ben's show and tell was interesting. Me, yay. It's cool, right? We've been playing with that thing for days. Teacher, Mr. Scott, do you know what that is? I start to panic. Oh shit, it's not a toy. Teacher, that is a menstrual cup. I get confused. Teacher notes my confusion. It's used to collect menstrual blood. I'm still confused. Teacher, it goes inside and collects blood. Me, it just stays in there? She nods. Me, are you sure? I don't think that would fit too comfortably there. Teacher, oh, it folds in half then springs open inside. We are both clearly uncomfortable. Me, alright then, so where do I get a replacement? Because my wife will probably not be too pleased when she returns home, and will not want to continue using this one. My wife laughed hysterically when we told her. My son is none the wiser, and is having a tea party with the cup right now. TL, doctor thought my wife's menstrual cup was a toy and my son and I played with it all weekend, then he took it for show and tell. Edit, wow. I cannot believe this got so much attention. I'm glad everyone got a good laugh. A bit uncomfortable hearing some coworkers discussing this, and then pretending to read it for the first time, so they wouldn't know it was me, though. My wife has been reading the comments, and insisted that I clarify that I know all about her cycle. We are TTC currently, and, just as it was with our son, I know when she's ovulating. I track her cycle with her, and, with our son at least, sometimes help give her the hormone shots. I grew up with 4 sisters and the only devices I was aware of for periods were to absorb the blood, not collect it. I was also confused by it fitting because, like I said, this device helped save a chickaletta over the weekend. I've seen a tampon, they are much slimmer than this cuppy's. My wife assures me it fits just fine, and she doesn't even feel its presence after its imposition. I'd like to try to upload a picture of the cup in the back of a tractor with a chicken riding in it, but am waiting on my wife's approval. No harm done, since it sounds like you both had a bloody good time. Period. For a couple days too. He'll forget about it for a month. Then he'll remember it again. It seems to be a cycle. Edit, bloody hell, my first silver. Thank you, anonymous redditor. Every month or so, your son will bring out his periodic miniature satchel. Top-notch parenting. Sometimes ya just have to go with the flow. It's funny how menstruate up can be clueless about some things. I love that you, sort of, argued with the teacher about its form and function and she explained the folding and springing motion. This is a priceless interaction and a legitimately high-quality TIFU. Thank you for sharing. Being a teacher must be wild. This story is going to be legend at that school. I want to hear her side. Please we need an AMA with this teacher. Make this happen, damn it. So the internet people want to talk to you about the incident. I don't know what part of this sentence I love more, the incident or the internet people. It proves we need better education about female biology in schools. By the end of health class, I knew about how my penis was the seed of life inside every single vagina that was to receive it, but little to nothing about how vaginas work. Our teacher literally said vaginas take care of themselves. Don't let parents drive state health curriculums, let doctors. Vaginas are magic, I thought. Being a teacher is very wild. My co-teacher had to have a talk with the kids' parents and the director, because one of our 2-year-olds was masturbating in class. 2-year-olds have class? WTF. 2-year-olds masturbate is my question. Primal instinct, it's hard-coded into your DNA. I definitely loved sitting on my vibrating toy teddy bear when I was that young. My soul hurts. It's not a sexual thing at that age. It just feels nice, so you do it. Man, it annoys me so much when someone does this. No shame in not knowing something, but why question it when someone explains it to you? I think there is a little shame that he is married to, lives with, and has a kid with this woman, but apparently didn't know anything about her period. You have to boil those menstrual cup things to clean them. It's not a sneaky process. I honestly asked her that. And she has tampons in the cabinet still too, so I just assumed she was still using those, but turns out those have been there for 6 months. She says she's boiled it when I've been around, but honestly I'm not sure how that's possible. BC, my wife is a damn good cook, and if she has something on the stove I'm all up and they're trying to sneak a taste. TIFU by trying to eat my wife's menstrual cup. This is awesome. When we were little, my brother and found my dad's condoms, and we spent an afternoon on the front lawn playing with them. Worst water balloons ever. And why are they individually wrapped? My 2 older boys, who were 9 and 6 at the time, were with a sitter for an evening, so my husband and I could have a date night, and went rummaging through my dresser drawers. They each found a colorful dildo, and proceeded to have what they called a floppy lightsaber fight. The sitter told me she heard them laughing really loud, and went to check on them, and they were hitting each other with them, and just cracking up. One of the kids accidentally turned one on, and it started to vibrate, so he held it up to his face, and say how funny it felt. Then he asked the sitter if she wanted to try. She politely declined, and told them to go wash up for dinner, while she put the toys away. Surprisingly, she babysat for us multiple times after that. For the stit. That was a delight, and reminds me of my nephew, who is weirdly drawn to my sister's friend's vibrators when visiting. Once she woke up to this sudden loud vibrating, he'd found one, turned it on, and was holding it against a window. It also makes me think of my brother. When he was little he was sitting in his car seat playing with some toys, and started going on about how his chicken needed to be lubricated. The way he said lubricated did not help. Me and my mom died laughing, which made him say lubricated even more, because hey, they're laughing, I must do this more now. I once ordered a wobbly sausage from Adam and Eve, and had it shipped to my P.O. box. When I went to pick it up, I was mortified they didn't put it in a box, but rather in a bubble envelope. You could tell what it was just by feeling it. What's worse is that my mother was with me and asked me what was wrong, when I realized that anyone who came into contact with it must have laughed and or judged me. My mom thought I wasn't feeling well and offered to carry said package. I couldn't let her. She grabbed it from my hands, insisting to do so, and started to feel through the package. She looks confused, then startled, and looks straight at me, right there and there in the post office lobby, which is full of people. By the way she looks at me, gasps and says, "Honey, is your dating life not going well? Did you at least get a discount on this dildo?" I couldn't get out of there fast enough. Died from embarrassment. I've told this story before on here, so I'll just copy and paste it. Once I found a rubber circular object laying around. I've always been a fidgety person, so I played with it often. Sometimes even chewed on it cause it made a cool squeaky sound on my teeth. Found out years later it was my dad's cock ring. So the cock ring, unlike Obstiva cup, is vastly different. Once mom is done with the menstrual cup, washes it, dries it, puts it away. At the very least, it's rinsed. Dad's cock ring. When Dad's done using it, it's removed from the shaft, then thrown into a drawer before falling asleep. Since the time it got home, had probably never even been near water. Other fluids, yes. Some perspective. I did the same thing with my mom once, and it was the best water balloon fight ever. It was huge, and so wiggly and slippery. Hi, what the fuck? Tampons made the best torpedoes for my G.I. Joe hovercraft. Till they expanded. Hi again, also what the fuck? Don't act like you've never shoved the string part of a tampon into your dick hole, and then did the helicopter dick to launch that tampon into the air, and then catch it with your mouth. Oh, it's all fun and games until you accidentally deep throat it, swallow it, and shit it out again. Did the other kids think it was cool? I bet all the kids are asking their folks for a special cup now. Perhaps next month he can take his father's spludge goblet. Or his brother's coconut. As soon as I forget, I'm reminded. Who knows, maybe he will grow up and have 2 broken arms. Reminded me of a boy in my son's first grade class. The little entrepreneur was selling telescopes for a nickel each, and sold out. Sadly, they were his mother's used tampon applicators. Recycling at such a young age. Good for him. Thankfully, my son was broke that day. Someone I know had a party at her house and found her menstrual cup lying around where someone had found it, taken it from the bathroom, and used it for shots. She's got no fucking clue why someone would do that. Also, she bought a new one. Lol. Can't imagine that story. Dude, so I was trying to do some shots, but Emily was all out of glasses. Then I found this cup in the bathroom. Little plastic thing, like Dionysus himself left it for me to find in Emily's bathroom. Dionysus, what the fuck? See, it had to be him, because the cup had wine in it still. It was a sign, dude. A sign. So Rebel Kate usually has deals on them. Sometimes they are even free, but you pay shipping. Still a good deal. Anyhow. My son found mine, before I used them, thank God, and thought they were toys too. I had just opened them, so I left them in my room. I was reading the directions and stuff. He proceeded to put them on his face. They looked like funny cone eyes. I still have the pictures. Pictures that won't show up again, until a possible wedding, right? No. Those are the pictures that you show to your son's girlfriend to see if she scares off easily. Yes, I'm the father of 2 boys. No, neither has started dating yet,